Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna show you how I made lalo for the first time using the dry leaf. Well, actually my friend helped me, so I'm gonna tell you everything that she told me, and I'm gonna use this advice again for the next time I make it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get started. So I was gifted this lalo from this brand, this Haitian owned brand called Grand Papa, but you could find fresh, well, I don't know about the fresh one, but you could find dry lalo at international Caribbean stores, even African store, because some African countries they do eat it as well. So check those places or look at this brand online and buy it. So my friend told me to soak it overnight, which is what I'm doing right now. But so that's like the next day. So let's make a piece. I wanted to try to keep things traditional. So I'm making a traditional épice. For a traditional épice, all you will need are green onion, garlic cloves, some black peppercorn, fresh parsley, fresh thyme, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of a chicken bouillon to give it some flavor. You don't have to add the chicken bouillon, you can skip it, and some scotch bonnet pepper to give it a little bit of kick, but you can totally skip it if you don't like spicy. Um, you don't have to add the chicken bouillon, you can just keep it later when you're marinating, or you can just add a little bit of it and then add more when you are marinating the meat. Whether you're using a mortar and pestle like I am, or a blender, food processor is probably going to save you much more time. You can just do all of that in the food processor with a little bit of olive oil or the lime or lemon juice that you will be using for the meat. But I'm using this mortar and pestle, so just go ahead and pound it up a little bit until it turns into a little paste, and this is what you call a piece. It takes a little bit of time, it takes a little bit of work to pound it, okay, to get that little paste consistency. So if you have a food processor, use it. I do not. This is something I'm actually working on. I actually really need a food processor. I don't have one. Weird. For the meats, I am using whatever that I had in my fridge. I was going away for a little bit, so I wanted to use everything that I had. I didn't want to buy anything. So I had some smoked turkey wings, a little bit of turkey necks, some neck beef bones, and a couple, I think 2 to 3 pieces of cow foot that I had in my freezer. So I took this out and I thought I'll use these instead. To clean the meats, if you are new here, this is how I normally clean my meats. But if you've been here before, you know how I clean my meats. I like to use some white distilled vinegar, lime juice, or lemon juice, all of that to get rid of the impurities and everything. This is a traditional Haitian thing. That's how we clean our meats. Be sure to trim all the excess fat and skin. Keep it really nice and cute. Use the lime and lemon to like rub it off a little bit, and then you rinse it. One method that Haitian use is we pour hot boiling water over the meats after we clean it that way and rinse it. That helps tenderizes the meat and get rid of the impurities. So it's a really great method. This is like a thing. This is Bible for Haitian. So make sure you do that as well. Just clean up the meat really nice, and I marinated my meat overnight because that's just how we do it. I mentioned the next day earlier. No, so I did put my lalo to soak. That was this morning before going to the gym. I soaked my lalo in the fridge, and then I marinated the meat before hitting the gym. So I did all of that in the morning for the next day that I will actually do it. So be sure to marinate your meat overnight if you can, because it tastes so much better. All the flavors, all the spices, penetrate into the meat, and it just tastes so much better than when you rush everything. So once you've done all of that, make sure you drain it, add your épices, and you could use, like I use bitter orange juice. It's just traditional. That's something I grew up in Haiti, so I seen that a lot. But you don't have to. You could just use lime juice if that's what you have on hand, or lemon juice. If you could find the bitter orange juice, use it. But to marinate the meat, I added my épices. I'm adding a little bit of the Goya Mojo marinade. And now, if you're new here, this is probably new to you because you're new. But if you've been here before, I use Goya Mojo marinade all the time. And I am using this Badia Complete Seasoning for my spices. and some bitter orange juice. Like I said, you can skip it, use lime or lemon juice, whatever you have on hand. It's still, it's still the acidity that the meat needs, so you can get rid of that, smell and taste. So it's important to add, some acidity in there because you're cooking meat, right? So it's just like when you're cooking fish, you add some lime juice to get rid of that fishy smelling taste. So this is just how I marinate my meat with a little bit of olive oil, and then let it sit overnight for all the flavors to get into the meat, and that's it. Anyways, to the lalo now. I called my friend. She makes great lalo, you guys. I've actually shared two of her recipes on my channel. One of them is the salted cod balls, potato balls, and a corn souffle. It's my favorite. She's a great cook. Her name is Mika. She taught me a lot how to cook a lot of things. She's actually really amazing. You guys, she's so good. And her mom, oh my gosh, they're so good at cooking. I can't even like. I tell her all the time she needs to cook in a restaurant. She really do because she's so good at it. Anyway, so I called her and asked her how to make it. Because she's made it before and she makes it really good. I've made lalo using the fresh leaves, not the dried leaves. So when you're making the fresh leaves, excuse me, you could have like, let's say 2 buckets of fresh lalo, jute leaves. When you actually cook it, it amounts to a little bowl. So this was my thinking going into this recipe. Even though it's dried, I was thinking that, lalo, when you cook it, it's kind of like spinach, you have like a line, and when you cook it, it's like a tiny bit, right? So I had that same thinking going into this, and it wasn't. So I learned, I made some error, and I learned. So next time I make it, it will be better. This actually was a pretty good leaf. It was still very little slimy. Um, as you can see, it was a lot. I was like, they gifted me 2 big boxes, and honestly, one box is enough for like 4 people, honestly, because this was a lot of lalo. So I spent like 2 weeks eating this by myself. Okay. 2 weeks. So my friend told me to soak it overnight and cook it on the slow cooker for a few hours. I think I did for like 7 hours with lots. She told me to use a lot of oil. So uh use olive oil. I like to use olive oil because it's healthier, especially when you're cooking dishes like this where it requires a lot of oil. So try to use good olive oil so that way you don't feel too guilty, and it's not as healthy. So still cooking my lalo before I hit the gym. Yeah. So also, she told me one thing to do. Try to start cooking the meat for a little bit first, because I'm gonna slow cook it right now, and then I'll cook it again on the stove top for another hour with the meats. So she told me after, cook the meat, well, saute the meats for a little bit, or cook it. Yeah, I cooked it. She told me to cook it, I think. But like, not the whole, not through though. She didn't tell, she cooked it, she told me to cook it, but not through. Cook it for like 30 minutes, she said. And then the remainder of the cooking will be done with the lalo. I don't know if I'm making sense, but like I said, I will make lalo again, the same kind, the same dry, and I know that next time it's gonna be best because I've made my mistakes and I've learned, so I do it better next time. So as I did as she told me, I cooked the meat for a little bit, for about 30 minutes. The cow foot, I pressure cook the cow foot because cow foot takes forever, so I pressure cook it for like an hour and a half, and it was soft enough so it will do the remainder of the cooking with the lalo. So I added more pepper because it wasn't spicy enough for me. Like, it wasn't like spicy actually at all. So I just wanted that kick, because certain food you're making, you need a little bit of kick, right? So be sure when you add water to the meat, be sure you let it evaporate all the way, okay? And add salt to taste. Make sure you taste it to see, uh, it matches your taste bud. It's good for your taste bud. So I am using one of my friends' spices. Be sure to check him out, Chef Chosen. Very nice. That's the spices I am using. It's actually pretty good. I like it. Like I said, she told me to use a lot of oil. So that's why I'm using olive oil. So please don't come for me. She told me to use oil. She said a lot of oil. You need a lot of oil. And I am someone, like, I don't mind. Like, certain dishes you need a good amount of oil, right? But use olive oil so that way, it's healthier. So this is the leaves after 7 hours slow cooking. It was still a little bit rough. It felt rough, and I expected it to be soft, and it wasn't. I don't know if it's because the pot was obviously overfilled. Maybe that's why. but it was still rough. And she told me to, after this, she told me before actually cooking it in the in the pressure cooker, the slow cooker, to put it in a food processor and pulse it a few times to break it up a little bit. And she said that will make it a little bit, that will give me that consistency, a similar consistency with the fresh Lalo. I did not have a food processor, so I did something else. I also added some blue crabs to my Lalo because honestly, you have to have some seafood in Lalo. You just have to. It is so much better. And the seafood, you just clean it up and add a little bit of a piece that I'm just scraping the jar, as you can see, not too much. You don't have to do a lot, honestly, just a little bit. And then I set it aside. I will add that towards the end because seafood doesn't take too long to cook. So yeah, and don't forget the lime. We don't want that fishy taste or smell. So yeah, and that's it for the seafood. Back to the lalo. So after my lalo finished cooking, I let it cool down a little bit, and what I did was I used my cooking scissors and I just chopped it up as I can. I, rough chop. I did my best, but I wish I had a food processor. If I did have a food processor, I know that I probably would have gotten a way better result, and I would have enjoyed it even more because it still had that little slime. Lalo, it's not slimy like okra, but it has that little slime, especially the fresh one. And I wasn't expecting the dry one to have that, and it did. And you could smell it. It really smelled like lalo. Like when you come to the house smelled like lalo for like 2 days straight. um, yeah, kid. So that's what I did. I used the scissors and like chop it up a little bit. And yeah, if you have a food processor, use the food processor. Pulse it a few times until you break it up because the leaves are very rough even when you slow cook it. And if you slow cook it, that will you get the best result. Because I see that I'm gonna use that same method for next time, and I know it's gonna be so good. So after I did that, check on my meat. The water has evaporated, not too much water in it. She told me be sure not to have a lot of water because I will use the water from the lalo that it made. It had a little bit of liquid, so I'm gonna use that liquid from the lalo. Not a lot, not all of it because it did come out with a lot of liquid. So, and I did cook it with the water that I had soaked it. I didn't throw away that water. So yeah, and if you honestly, I think my next recipe is gonna be better because I did my thing obviously was overflowed, and I can't even tell you how much water that I used. So this is the meat. I added the cow foot in there, which is like 2 pieces, and then followed by the lalo. So now I am adding the lalo that I had roughly chopped. You see, it's a lot, and I needed a bigger pot, so I made quite a few mistakes with this recipe. But I will tell you, it tasted good. It tasted really good. I enjoyed it. I shared some with my friend, and she loved it. And lalo, actually, you guys, it's called jutes leaves. You'll see the name on the at the beginning. The other names for it, I think the American name, or I think Africans call it jutes leaves, the jute leaves. I don't know, like that. But guys, it's such a great has so much iron, a lot of iron. It's really good for you. I ate that like for 2 weeks straight because I was not throwing it away, and lalo is really good. And lalo is expensive. Growing up, certain parts of Haiti don't have lalo. Some people don't have lalo. Some people don't eat it often because it's hard to find. But I remember one of our aunts growing up in Haiti. She used to bring it for us because I think she was from Artibonite. She used to bring it for us whenever she comes to visit. She would bring a fresh lalo. Oh, I love lalo. But yeah, this is it. So after I added my lalo to the pot, cover it and let it cook for another hour. I'm adding some of the water from from the lalo that was from the some of its liquid back to it because you don't want it to be dry because you can add water to it. And once you cover it, you have to let it cook covered, and not you don't want to interrupt it. This is the thing when it comes to lalo. But well, that's also for making fresh lalo. Dry lalo is different. So when I make growing up making fresh lalo, Once you put it in that pot, you put everything in there. You put your meat in there, all your oil, everything, the fresh one, right? You put it all in the pot, you cover it up, and you let it cook on like medium heat for hours, yes, and uninterrupted. But dry lalo is a little bit different. So once I added it to the pot, I added some more oil, some fresh thyme, and I cooked it on medium heat. I didn't put it on like, yeah, medium heat. I didn't cook it on too high. And then as you can see, my pot was a little bit too small. It looks really good as well. It looks good. It gives you that lalo look. I'm telling you, if I had that food processor, I knew it would have been so much better. It would have been so much better. But it was a lot of lalo, and I ate that for 2 weeks straight, you guys. I think this is like what? This is like my third or fourth time saying this. So this is it right here. And then after this was like after 45 minutes. After that, I went on and added the crab because it takes too long to cook, like 10 minutes, but I wanted the flavor to, I wanted it to have that seafood flavor, that crab flavor. So I let it cook for another 20 minutes, and then that was it. I served this with white rice, of course, and sauce pois. Lalo, I don't know if it's in the constitution or something, but lalo has to be eaten with white rice. White rice, whatever sauce you like. If you like sauce noir, sauce noir. If you like black bean soup, if you like white bean soup, red bean soup, whatever. But it has to be white rice. Lalo only goes with white rice. I've never in my entire life seen anybody eat lalo with anything other than white rice. People will I will look at you differently because I've never seen that in my life. Eating lalo with anything other than white rice. I don't know, but this is what I've seen anyway. So this is it, you guys. This is the final recipe. Like I said, I do believe the food processor would make a lot different, make a huge difference if I had it to chop it up a little bit. The knife did its job because we had to, and slow cooking it, I think also really made a difference because the leaf was still dry, it was still rough. So when you do slow cook it, that helps it out. If you have a slow cooker, good, and if you don't, then be ready to cook that stuff on the stovetop for hours uninterrupted. That's actually pretty hard. So lalo is not an easy meal, to be honest with you, because it takes a very long time. That's the thing with Haitian food, it takes so much work. Anyways, you guys, stay tuned. I will make this recipe again and I will make it better. But as I said, the only thing was the consistency. It felt a little rough. It wasn't like that slicky, that silky, like it's silky. Lalo, good lalo, when you make it with the fresh leaf, it's silky. Like it looks like kale right now. It's supposed to be silky and like a tiny bit, tad bit slimy, like tad. And then this is it, you guys. It looked really good, and the sauce bar was bomb. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for 2 weeks straight. I shared some with my friend. I really did love it, and I am looking forward to making some more the right way next time, like using the actual method, using the food processor, and not, overfilling my pot. If you like this recipe, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you get alerted whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.